You should be a lifeguard.
Guarding these lies.
If I'd have known that being a lifeguard meant.
If I had known that being a lifeguard meant I'd get a lot of that sun, a lot of free time on the beach.
Hey everybody, welcome to Was That in Good Taste, your podcast for listening about things, whether they're good tasting or, what other sensory stimuli that these things have. And my name's Chandler Phillips.
I'm sorry.
I was going to do it. All right, and with me as always.
Well, James Beery.
Today.
Sorry, I stepped on you.
It's all good. It won't be the
I'm really
first
sorry
time, won't be
about
the
that.
last.
I'm really sorry.
You know how you can make it up to me? By
Uh-huh.
commenting, and subscribing to all the other episodes that we do. Check out the Behind the Bars, the Tasting Tables, the
Things, stuff.
stuff.
Last week, we had a whole conversation about whether or not this is on Audible. Did you ever watch the episode?
Yeah, and it is.
It is on Audible.
It is on
I
Audible.
had it on the thing and everything.
You had the pop-ups?
Yeah, I remembered.
I saw it.
I was really proud of myself.
I was very proud of you, too.
You didn't acknowledge it, so I just didn't know if you.
I liked it.
I didn't know if you cared.
I liked it. I commented. I said, who's that sexy guy in the blue beanie? I want to see more of that blue beanie.
Wow.
So today we're talking about the cultural phenomenon that is automatic binding blocks, aka Legos, and their Legos, and they're akin Mega Blocks, and
how did I not get stuff from the Lego movie
the
Lego Batman movie?
I was gonna bring that up because the Lego movie, the Lego Batman movie, honestly, cinematic masterpieces. The Lego Batman movie, probably one of the best depictions of Batman within our lifetime. I think the only other comparable Batman depiction would probably be Michael Keaton's.
I just adjusted the mic into your fucking face, okay?
I appreciate it.
I think are we
Sometimes
just jumping into the Lego?
I just don't like sometimes I'm like talking down the barrel of this thing, and it's
you got to.
Is that how?
Because it was going poo poo poo.
Oh, I was.
You was
popping
getting the plosives.
Anywho, that sound better now though, right?
You sound great.
Okay.
You look good too.
Oh, thanks. We had a cocktail in mind today. We really tried. I had an idea. It wasn't well executed. The idea was we would make a fun little clear cocktail that would have ice cubes in it that were with blue curacao that was made in this fun little Lego shaped mold right here. So we make the ice in here, and then I kind of thought like we would do something where like we'd layer it over itself so that the Legos would then also like bind to themselves, so they'd be a functional ice cube Lego toy. And
love that. And then we could have
played while we drank.
Yes, we could have reached into our drinks
and
grabbed with our hands
with our little fingies
with our little clean fingies.
And instead, what had happened was apparently it takes a long time for blue curacao to freeze. And it takes a very short amount of time for half frozen blue curacao to unfreeze. So instead, we just kind of have a little bit of a blue slurry mess. And then we have a very chilled little concoction here. It's aesthetically, this would have been gorgeous because what we got in the shaker is like a little bit of sake, a little bit of rum, and a little bit of, what's the other thing? It's like in a big old pink pineapple. What's in a pink pineapple?
Pinac. It is, everybody knows, it is cognac, rosé, and pineapple?
I'm assuming pineapple. It's in a plastic pineapple.
And then that was it.
And that's it. And then it was just super chilled. Like so chilled. How is it? Is the flavor there? Like, was it good in theory? I like to think it's kind of hard to go wrong because the pineapple.
It tastes almost like Haribo gummies, but like the sharks that are white on the bottom, but only the blue part.
Oh,
Like the blue part of gummy sharks.
does it taste blue?
It does taste blue.
That was kind of what I
Wow.
was going for. Was something that had like a little bit of a candy reminiscent vibe because
This is so sweet.
Legos is all about like having fun and being creative, and I think
Legos is about fun.
yeah.
I'll have you know, sir, that Legos are serious business. Play the song.
Serious business. No, Legos are about creativity and marching to the beat of your own drum.
Well, I think it's about following the rules.
Oh, so you're one of them instruction gatekeepers.
It's hard. You got to listen. Now just look at a little QR code and everything. Come on.
There's a QR. I haven't played with a Lego set in so long. I haven't
Yeah.
played with an actual Lego set. I got a couple friends who are Lego boys, and they have like the adult Legos. Like
My mother has those.
dude, they're so cool. The floral arrangements. One of them's like a bonsai tree that has seasonal
The
exchanges.
picture of my mother's Starry Night. Here.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
What's that one with the big wave?
That's it. That was the Starry Night. And so, as it's right there, it's interesting because it's 2D, but then when you're looking straight at it, it looks like the painting. But then from the side, it's like wavy, and then there's a little fucking Vincent Van Gogh Lego painting Starry Night.
That's adorable. I think it's so cool that like we've grown up with Legos. I mean, I grew up with Legos and Lego sets, but mostly just kind of remember when McDonald's had Happy Meal Lego sets in it?
I remember that. Yeah.
I hoarded those. I swear, I tried to get to McDonald's just so I could try to get more Lego sets because I'm like, of course I need a Lego Grimace.
Who doesn't need a Lego Grimace?
Of course I need. What was the chick? Like
The
like-
excuse me?
like
The broad?
no, it's just,
The woman?
she's like not a fully mature chicken, like like an adolescent chicken. It was kind of grim because wasn't she like the advocate for the chicken nuggets?
I know you got Grimace,
Yeah.
who's like a big gumball or something, or like a piece of gum under the fucking table. You have
I thought he just
the
lived-
Hamburglar.
The Hamburglar,
You have Ronald McDonald,
of course.
and you have
You know who I'm thinking
a
of.
person that's also there.
She has like roller skates and
Watch her name be something that we're gonna remember, and then it's gonna be like, well, we should have known that the whole time.
Bernice.
Her name is fucking Bernice.
I think so.
Are you fucking with me? Hey there, kids. We have the Saturday morning with Ronald McDonald, Grimace, the Hamburglar, and Bernice.
Wait, actually, I might have misspoke. Sorry. Bernice is a strange creature from the 1992 to 2001 movie script in which Ronald McDonald and his friends had to solve a word mystery that I'm not going to spoil it. It's a must watch.
Yeah, it's obviously.
No, but then there were also like
But who was the person? You did all.
I'm still getting to it.
What is the name of is the Ronald McDonald crew?
It's the gang.
The Ronald McDonald gang?
Mascot. Fuck.
Quick,
But no, then there was also like the little puffball ones that looked like pom poms.
I'm just making fucking sounds. I have no fucking idea what you're going on about.
All right, I got the official list.
Oh, there's the hamburger head dude.
Oh, it's Birdie the early bird.
Of course, it's Birdie the early bird.
How do we not?
You know
fucking
why?
know that?
Because obviously for breakfast, you have to eat Birdie's fucking babies.
And I forgot Mayor McCheese was part of the.
I did forget about,
for some
there was
reason,
a scandal, actually.
What, embezzlement? Oh no! What did Mayor McCheese do?
He was embezzling fries.
I knew it. Ain't no clean burgers in this city
Ain't
anymore.
no clean burgers in this city.
And then there was the fry kit. What are the fry kit? Oh, that's what I was talking about. They look like pom-poms.
Oh yeah.
These guys.
Oh, here we go. Fry Kids. Oh
Ha.
my God. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm a lampshade it. I'm a do it until somebody says it's not funny or it's annoying.
So anyway, McDonald's had like little race car Lego sets for each of these mascot characters.
Yes.
And I hoarded them. And I still have a Lego set in my parents' house that's like an eclectic mix of just like obscure Lego parts. In like a bin. And then you had like just one big Lego mat. And I used to make like my favorite thing to make in Legos was just like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang style flying machines. Like the most unaerodynamic, the most like, look, it's got wings, it's got wheels, and it's got a trucker windshield, and it's fucking going.
If somebody on Reddit saw it, they'd be like breaking.
They would tear it apart.
They were just the wind. Obviously, the wind would vector around this corner and increase drag by 15%.
I low key always wanted to try to put like, you seen the videos of like the wind tunnel simulations and stuff. I would love to put it in a wind tunnel just to see. Like I think that'd be the childhood fantasy. Like if
that's how everything ends.
Is just you want to see how it would have gone if it like were supposed to perform.
These experiments with Legos, they're dangerous, Chandler. I keep telling you, they're dangerous.
Look, I'm not going to listen to your Lego ethics board about what I can and can't do with my Legos. I will run whatever Lego experiments. I will dunk my Legos into a puddle just to see if they can survive. You ever just do the thing where you just smash them together just to see which Legos are the strongest?
No.
No?
I have never done that. I have never owned Legos.
You've never owned Legos?
Are you fucking surprised? Do you not know me? Did you think I just had Legos? You think my mother was just like, man, sure, you know.
I guess I just assumed at some point everyone kind of, and you strike me as such like a
I've had things that
like a knickknacks and
curios. I've had things that are block shaped and
you're a very block oriented person.
What are the names of some of the like off brand Legos?
I think Roblox were kind of that before it became.
Isn't Roblox a fucking video game?
Yeah, but it was like it was a thing.
Was it
before? I think it was.
Yeah. What are some of the fucking?
The other one is Mega Bloks.
Oh, Mega Bloks. Yeah.
And
I did have like that I got from the World Trade Center. My brother bought me this like really cool robot, and it was like it was actually great. It was from the PBS store, and it was like metal, and you could like make it into like a car or make it into like a robot dinosaur.
Oh, that sounds
and it was
good.
actually like high quality, but it wasn't like Legos.
No,
because there was like little screws and like there were flat bars.
Wait, what about Kinects? Did you ever have Kinects?
No, but I've seen them.
Those were pretty cool.
I used to buy Legos for my ex's son. Those are cool.
Did you play Legos?
I got to watch.
That's
so
disappointing.
Oh no,
like,
my mother.
I got to watch.
I love
people
all my
have
heart.
fun with toys, but
she got I believe it was the Seinfeld one.
There was a Seinfeld Lego set.
Oh yeah, my mother has two Seinfelds. No, my mother has two Friends, one Seinfeld. One of the Friends sets is Central Perk.
That's a cool set.
And then the other one is the Apartments. So it's for both apartments and the hallway.
Wait, the mythical hallway?
Just the regular hallway. The one
supposedly, the way they shoot the hallway in Seinfeld and the actual like.
I meant Friends. But tell me about Seinfeld. Tell me how they do.
Oh, it's not supposed like if you think architecturally about the logistics of the hallway, it doesn't exist. It's like if you go back and listen to our previous episode where I talk about magenta, It
Oh,
just
oh my God. We're all on TikTok, okay? We've all seen, okay, we all know that magenta is like not really on the spectrum of colors or whatever.
it's not real,
It's
man.
not real. It's part of the Matrix, man.
It's just your mind playing tricks on you, man.
I just feel like I'm not trying to. So my mother, when she was doing the stage or she was doing one of them. She saved it was Central Perk. She saved the last part for me.
Oh,
And I went, and the fucking guide, it's like paper and beautiful and big, but there's a QR code on it. And if you click it takes you to it in the app, no, on the website. And it's like you press it, and it's like an animation showing you how to put the blocks in order.
oh, that's too helpful.
No,
I'm sorry.
You just want to look at a bunch of blocks.
I want to look at
figure it out.
I want to sit there for about 15 minutes looking at two pictures that look identical, but there are approximately anywhere between 2 and 8 differences in the picture, and I want to have to identify.
But they're on a 2D plane.
Yeah,
And it's obviously a 3D object, so you kind of have to interpret like half of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. And if like you don't see it at just the right angle, you're like, it doesn't exist. It does not.
And then the design is so bad that like you miss a piece, but it still somehow fits until you get to the end.
That so one of my favorite Lego things, because I want to get into like what our favorite Lego sets are.
I have some.
I
I've never had Legos.
Before that, I fucking loved Bionicles.
I feel like I'm so old. Bionicles came out like 2005 or some shit.
No, they were like 2000.
Really?
Because
Aren't those the ones you roll? And it goes over the magnet and it opens them?
No, that's Bakugan. That's a completely different thing.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with Legos.
Bionicles, is it spinny?
Bionicles are all like mechanical.
Oh, it's like
Lego
robots.
It's like robots, but they're
Yes.
like.
Oh yeah, and
But they're organic.
and
robots.
you can make them like fight and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they had a TV show.
They had a TV show. They had a couple movies.
Yes, they did.
So like the whole thing with Bionicles was like it was all gear based, right? Like they had like their masks that would. Bionicles had fucking deep lore, dude. That's what I commend about Lego is all of their brands have deep fucking lore. Even the
Bionicles is related to Lego?
yeah, it's an offshoot of it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck Lego Ninjago.
I know Ninjago.
Deep ass lore. Not to mention all just the fact that Lego will take or not take, but they'll like partner with something that's a pretty established series.
Mhm.
Like they got the Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh yeah,
They got
yeah.
they've pretty much like just gobbled
If
up
it's a,
any
Fast and the
major
Furious.
fantasy cinematic.
Yeah.
There are
Family.
It's family. There are Lego Hot Wheels that I'm pretty sure
I know quite well about the Lego Hot Wheels.
those are fucking sick.
They're fucking like, yeah, and of course Lego Star Wars.
Lego
always a meme, like the death, like and like what the fuck is that show where
Did you
the
ever
people?
play the video games? The Lego
Of
Star
course,
Wars?
I own the Lego Star Wars video games. Very good. The Harry Potter ones, all the Lego fucking games.
I remember my brother and I were playing we played the first Lego Star Wars to come out, and it was like one of the 3 trilogies. I think it was just the prequel. It was coming out like as the prequels were coming out. And so I actually saw not Phantom Man. I saw Revenge of the Sith via playing Lego Star Wars with my brother before I actually saw the movie. And then we played the next series, like then we got the whole Skywalker saga out of it, right? And then Indiana Jones Lego came out, and it was garbage. Like, honestly,
all the brown bricks, all the different tan and right, like all the different because of the sand and the rocks. It's just like tan and brown.
well, you still had to go around like Tatooine and stuff, but it just had no like. It had no lightsaber. That's really what got you. It was the lightsaber. It was the pshum pshum. Where like the
whip didn't do it for you.
The whip didn't do it for me.
It's just a little tiny little.
It was just like, and it didn't have the sound effects, and like it wasn't Star Wars.
It's not grand. The Star Wars one's always, in my opinion, always the fantasy, because the AT-ATs. they like stand up and they're like big and beautiful.
They
you know,
actually mechanically move.
The
like,
TIE fighters look really cool. The different versions of the Death Star, the Star Destroyer model. A lot of the really big Star Wars ones are absolutely just fucking stunning. The Millennium Falcon, all the little bits of detail on it, you know, and
the humor that goes into it too.
Oh, of course.
Because like the video game has its like little cutaway scenes and stuff that are like you're going through the Death Star and then like you accidentally walk in on a stormtrooper who's taking a shower, but they're in like board shorts and still wearing
and then they go,
oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
and then they run around and then you can shoot them or just like leave the room, like you know.
And you can like force choke them.
It's funny because I feel like the themes of the movie and the games seem similar, but they different. Because in the game, it's definitely like it's really just the story in its entirety. Only when they get to the part that'd be a cutscene, instead of it being the dramatic cutscene, it's the wacky waving, inflatable waving 2-man version of the part of the movie.
And it's nonverbal.
So
it's got this whole like pantomime aspect to it.
And that's
just comedy gold.
It's so and I feel like the Lego movie is like it's intentionally funny in a very good way. It's very well written with like good music, and it's a different. It's like a serious funny. Like it's like
it tackles subjects that that's the thing about Lego is that it's always had an aura of sophistication underneath just a bubbly, playful, otherwise jovial, bubbly, jovial kind of approach to creativity. It's really just letting your mind go wild.
Just go wild.
But you know that it's going wild. So you're in control the whole time of your wild imagination. You know?
Wow. That's like so deep. I just can't even.
Here's a fun little story.
I love a fun story.
When I was a toddler, my mom didn't want me to have any sort of toy that would have like a gun or anything. Yeah. So like so she didn't really want to get me like an action figure because like they'd have like
because it might become a school shooter if you get a toy with a gun.
You get a toy with a gun. It's gonna it's like
cute though. I think that's cute.
If you give a mouse a cookie,
yeah,
it's gonna write a manifesto.
You're gonna give your kid a toy with a toy with a gun. They're gonna have a black friend.
No, that's if you give your kid a wrestling toy.
Oh, that's definitely the truth. Oh my god, or like a Hispanic kid. Like, listen, wrestling, you're just gonna end up getting called pendejo, or like they're gonna be calling you the N-word. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, I know my brother had a lot of friends once he got a toy like wrestling belt, and I don't know if they were friends or if they just came over for the belt.
It's always about the title.
Like it's about the title.
We talked about it earlier. It's about the title, about being the best Lego builder, the best designers, the best movie.
That's that to kind of bridge that. Have you watched any of the Lego Masters show? Hosted by Will Arnett, who is the voice of Lego Batman. Mm-hmm. I just love that how it brought all of that around. And Lego personally as a brand was like, we want to get in with Will Arnett. He is Lego.
I don't know if you guys ever heard about this guy called Billy Arnett. You know, Bill Arnett. William Arnett.
Wilhelm
and
Arnett.
We would really like to get on the ground floor with this guy.
Yeah.
Like our brand, Lego brand, is pretty big, and I feel like
we might be able to help
that. I've watched a little bit of Lego Masters. One of the things about Lego, first of all, like everything is just niched the fuck out. Yeah. Okay, and it's not just like putting together Legos. Illegal building.
It's never just about putting.
Once
together
I found out
Lego.
about illegal builds, once I found out and discovered, oh, look at me, look at me.
Illegal builds.
Oh my! They're just like shoving parts together in just a way that's not supposed to, and there's rules about using certain joints and pieces in certain ways.
It's true. You can't use certain essentially you can't violate the sanctity of the interlocking mechanisms of Lego. Because they are automatic binding bricks based off of the design by Kid Rock, and they had
let's go Lego. I don't know that.
low Lego with
No, they can't cancel me. I could do whatever I want my Legos. G.
So the story goes, a little quick history about Lego. It was initially started in like the early 1900s in Denmark. It's a Danish company. The guy who started it, his name is Cristiano Christensen.
Is that really his name, or did you forget and now you have to look it up?
Yes, but also yes. His name is Old Kirk Christensen.
Oh, Old Kirk Christensen.
And he started it in the mid-30s.
So Old Kirk Christensen
Not
started
old.
Old Kirk Christensen.
OLE.
Old Kirk Christensen started Lego in the 1930s.
In Denmark.
So Old Kirk Christensen started Lego in the 1930s in Denmark.
Maybe a little earlier than the 1930s.
So Old Kirk Christensen started Lego in the 30s in Denmark, maybe a little earlier than that. Gotcha.
Well, technically, he started a carpentry industry before, and then the Depression hit, and then he just doubled down on kids' toys.
Fuck, man, I hate when the Depression hits.
Yeah, I hate when the Depression hits, and then you just got to revert to kids' toys.
I'm like fucking goblin mode out right now. I'm sorry, that shit is like fucking... I'm sorry. When the Depression hits, what else are you supposed to do?
You just play with toys.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
We would order Grubhub. Back then they would create Legos. Kids these days not creating Lego.
They're not creating.
They're not creating the next great brick-based toy. Too many video games, I say.
They're not thinking for themselves. If only they were a little bit more creative, maybe they'd be entrepreneurial.
Oh, so now they're talking about illegal builds. Back in my day.
Back in my day. If you put a dowel on the underside of a 4x3 brick, then you'd get expelled. You'd get a ruler across your hide. Yeah, so he did this thing. He started making toys and stuff, and then eventually, he had some designers who were from England, and they were like, "Hey, we got these interlocking cool blocks," and he's like, "That's fucking sick. Do you mind if we kind of mimic that and we're gonna do that?" And they're like, "Yeah, fucking best of luck to you. We can't sell them for shit." So yeah, here's the patent. Go for it. And so they did that. And they started making them. And then a couple years later, like in the 60s or like 50s and stuff, plastic started getting real dope. And so that gets me ultimately to this lady Dagny Holm Jensen. And
Dagny?
Dagny. DAGNY.
Dagny
Holm.
Oh, Dagny Holm.
They're Danish. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Holm. So she was working with her uncle, old Kirk Christensen, and she's having a good old time designing toys and doing the whole thing.
So Dagny Holm was working with old Kirk Christensen somewhere maybe before in the 1930s in Denmark. After the Depression.
It's her uncle.
So it's her uncle, old Cole Christensen, working with Dagny.
Yeah, and they're just making toys and shit.
And they're just making toys and shit.
They're just making toys. And then she goes and gets married for a couple years, and then lives in Copenhagen, does some sculpting, some painting. It's real artsy type in Copenhagen.
That's what it's want to do.
Exactly. And a couple years pass, and eventually her husband dies, and
As they are wont to do.
husband. Husbands be dying. Now it's like the 1960s, and they're using plastic and stuff to make these Lego things. And so she's like, I'm gonna go back to work at a Lego company. Like I worked there once, and it's my uncle's company, so I'm gonna fuck shit up. And she becomes like one of the leading figures in creating builds for Legoland. So a whole bunch of the things that you see in Legoland, like the small towns, some of the medieval stuff, she's one of the like leading creative designers for the majority of
I love
the
that.
sculptures in and around Legoland. And like she's making full on sculptures for like sets to like she's designing sets. And there was one quote just in this story that made me go, oh, that's pretty dope. But she was quoted as like, people were like, it's like she thinks in bricks. Like she thinks, and I'm like,
Brick is a language, man.
brick is, she thinks it. She's like Tony Montana thinking in bricks.
Oh my god.
And
Bro, could you imagine thinking in fucking brick?
this is a quote where one of her friends said, in passing, she had speculated like they're on a train or something. She goes, "How many bricks do you think it would make that guy's nose?" And infer what you will about the comment, but is like just, oh, how many bricks you think would make that face, huh? Like what you think? And apparently she just think in bricks, and it's like, oh, looking at a building and be like, if I were to make like a 138th scale model of that building.
Hey Chandler,
How many
can you
bricks you
meet
think?
me in 15,386 bricks? Turn left and 15,632 bricks. I'm 6,832 bricks up.
Now, what kind of bricks we talking? Are we talking about the 2x4s? We're talking about the.
It's a mix. It's a man.
It's a
You
variety
just
of
know.
bricks.
Like you have to know. If you don't think in brick,
I,
it's like tones.
what do you think the standard brick is?
It's
Like when you think Lego, what's the first brick that pops into your mind?
the red 6.
The red 6?
Yes, the little
Ooh.
red rectangular 6.
Like that's the one that's like on there.
Yeah, it's just like a little rectangle. It's just like a regular Lego. It's like a regular.
Is it I think it's an 8.
Is it an 8?
It's either red is definitely the right number, or the right color to it, but it's either 4, 6, or 8. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what.
Oh, it's 8.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's 8.
man.
It's 8.
It's
But it is. That's what it is, though. It's the rectangular one.
It is such a burden being so right all the time.
Bitch, it was the last time I don't. I hope you. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb
I'm criticizing
because this is the brick. This is the brick.
Silly goose.
Look,
that's
and
the
it's
brick.
2468. This is Louis. I mean, this is not the brick.
I mean, if it were the brick,
If it were the brick, I mean, I don't want to be brickist, but I mean,
are you an anti-brickite?
It wouldn't fit in. No ice cube bricks allowed.
Oh no. I really wish it had a bottom mold to it, to where it actually could simulate. Like I kind of want to get a Lego brand ice mold just so I know it's legit.
The big Legos that I'm pretty sure aren't Legos are hollow.
Yeah. Like
They're just huge.
the sized up ones,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the studs on them are different. Because of the studs on a regular brick are closed off, but the studs on the big bricks, the mega bricks.
I love my studs on my mega bricks to be closed. But after poppers,
I prefer them to be
definitely open.
So let's talk sets.
Let's talk about sets, baby.
Let's talk about you and
Me, I'm such a huge fan of some of these modern sets. They're so fucking crazy. One of the ones I like is the Warhol inspired, where you can take it and pretty much what you do is you go to the website and you put in the pictures, and then it makes the bricks. It makes the layout for you, and it's
like
pretty much
it's a designer thing.
yes. And then so the Warhol pick, the Warhol pick, where it's like the different cans of soup, and it's like a little different, or I think it's
Yeah.
like face, it's like different people face, like the same person's face,
Yeah.
and it's like different hues and shit. One set can make 4, I believe, or maybe it's 2, but one set, and you can emulate that.
You can emulate like
So like you can
just put
do
whatever
it.
picture you
So
want.
like you'll come with the instructions, and then you'll do it, and it'll be the first picture, and then you can take it out, shake it out, or whatever, and then you can look at the instructions, and you could do the second picture.
That's fucking dope.
The Empire State Building one,
That one's really cool.
it's huge, it's amazing. So here's the thing that's very sad is that in the Times Square Toys R Us, which is no longer there, on the second level, there was a huge Empire State Building made of Lego that was about 3 stories tall.
A 3-star.
Yeah, it was huge. It was gigantic.
Okay, that makes sense for the Toys R Us in Times Square.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the only either
Because the
that
ceiling was like really,
or
really high.
Legoland.
Because the ceiling was really, really high, and there was like escalators and stuff. So like it went up at least 2 stories.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and there was also, I believe, a King Kong on top of it. Okay, it was like half a story. It was like half a story.
Oh,
But that's still
all
big as fuck.
talk.
But it had like a King Kong on it, and it was all glued together because, of course, you pull on the bricks.
And like you weren't getting a brick.
No,
No,
because it's not good enough, of course.
yeah, but that reminds me of like when we're talking about the Lego Masters. One of the things that happens at the end of each episode is they fucking smash the Lego thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it just brings me to the philosophy or the concept of like
philosophy of Lego.
the overarching theory,
Yes.
epithets of Lego
Yes.
is that ultimately creativity is the product and the end result of destruction.
Yes. Yes.
Lego reinforces this cycle of
Yes.
complete annihilation
Yes.
and rebuilding from the ashes.
Yes.
Much like the dual interpretations of Shiva and Kali, the gods of creation and destruction. Lego embodies this duality of humanity to
yes, definitely. Yes.
create and build upon the tools that we have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I feel like the art of Lego is in its ephemeral nature. See, when a master brick maker, I didn't know if you knew this. When we make sets, they're beautiful. So
I'm sorry. We make love, not sets.
We make sure that they don't fall down. We adhere a primer to them. But the joy in a child making a misshapen whatever the fuck, and then it's washed away in the wind.
I think there's a visceral satisfaction that comes from destroying your own Lego creation.
But a better satisfaction from destroying somebody else's.
And now you sound like my younger brother circa 2003. Because he was a little bastard when it came to destroying my Lego sets. I swear I never yelled at a boy more than...
I never went, Mason, go get a switch.
Oh, I got heated.
You're gonna tan that ass.
And this kid could barely walk, and he would still march his ass over to come destroy whatever Lego set I was working on.
The shit about the Legos is like, one, even if you have the instructions, even with the website, if you lose a brick, if you misplace a brick, if you move one brick from it, it's game over.
Game over.
It's gone. You can never put it back together. I have a theory that it's like quantum. It's a little bit of quantum physics, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. In which, if you take Z that's Lego, right?
Mhm.
Using ampersand, it's force, right? So you're
Okay.
moving a brick. Then stuff just happens, and then you can just never put it back together.
Mm.
It just won't look
There's
right.
things within the universe, the mechanisms, the mechanics.
I think it's all jokes aside. I know why. Because when you build the sets using the instructions, it's in order, right?
Mhm.
But then if you take off a brick on the left, it's really hard to put it back sometimes because that brick was often probably laid or lane, whatever the fuck the.
Well, I hear where you're going with this, but I raise you. It's not the fact that you forgot to put the brick in said place. It's that you did put a brick in that place. It just wasn't the right brick.
Oh my god!
And so you get to the very end of the thing and you realize, oh, I need a 2-piece brick. Otherwise, this whole rooftop enclosure thing, it's going to collapse. Or it's going to look like just shit. It's not going to look, it's not going to be flush.
Like caca, like poop.
Like ish. And you go back and you're just frantically swiping through the pages going, where did I go wrong? And much like life, you swipe through the pages thinking, where did I go?
Where did I go wrong? That's my ish. That's my ish.
And you go through, you frantically swipe and you think, this shit's bananas.
It's
BANANAS.
I'm gonna be real. One of the things I love about the culture of Lego is here's a story that if you go into a Lego store and say that you're missing or need a piece, they will always give you the piece for free. They will give away as many pieces as possible because they're not worth anything. And they can leverage that to gain you. I mean, they do it because they like it a lot and they think that like it, they give you pieces.
Imagine the satisfaction of someone who comes in who has been struggling over a set that they got and they finally have come to the realization, have admitted to themselves, they're like, damn, I need this extra piece.
I love that.
I have to go in person. I have to
Yes,
humiliate myself
yes.
and be like, please, sir, for I have forlorn my Lego set and I need just one piece.
Oh, hi. What set was that? Oh, I love that set.
Oh, you do? It's been ever such a trial.
You're missing the crown? Well, let me tell you something. I know it's a little bit of a rare piece, but I think I might just have one.
Oh, please, sir. It's all I need, but just the crown to finish this whole set.
And now, I give this to you. Shh, tell not a soul that I give to you in good faith, thine brick of lying.
And with thine brick I shall complete my magnum opus.
And it turns out it's Sauron.
It's
Sauron the whole fucking time.
Yeah, then they summon a demon.
Yeah.
It's a
the Necronomicon.
it's a Lego Necronomicon. Honestly, I think they probably should make a Lego Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I don't know. Because there are a lot of sets. There's a lot of sets out there.
We can guess what we can do.
Wow, wait.
We can do a Google.
I just remembered. I just kind of unlocked a little memory. I remember my Aunt Stacy had a desktop computer game that was like, it wasn't Lego, it was like Lego World. And it was an open world, mission-based CD-ROM game that you could play on a desktop in like the early 2000s.
No, unfortunately not. But there's this cool ass set that's Lego Everyone is Awesome.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh my God, here we go. So last time I did this, I forgot to save the pictures and then I had to find the picture. So I'm going to save the picture and now I'm going to say everything is awesome.
There you go.
Everything's cool when you're part of a team.
Everything.
Oh, can we talk about the Lego movie, please? Because I saw that and I'd heard it was a good movie and I am not one of those. I love these children's movies. I used to love Disney a lot. I'm not like too good. You know what I mean? Like when I saw that,
What do you mean I'm not too
like
good?
some people like think they're too good to like watch a children's movie or something.
Oh yeah.
I like took my ex to Sequoia, like
We saw Bob's Burgers movie together.
yes, in the movie theater. Like
yeah.
you know, I'm not like
We were holding hands
we were.
and crying a little bit when. Anyway, there was that part of the movie.
What was I saying again?
You were talking about going to see the
No.
Lego movie.
Yeah, no, but all jokes. So I saw it, and I was fucking astounded.
Loved
It's
it.
amazing. It's so well written. It's actually very emotional.
It's so heartfelt.
The conclusion, I think, is both surprising and honestly just absolutely heart wrenching because it grounds it, and then it's like, oh, this is like sad.
Well, I love how the antagonist, or not the antagonist.
Yeah,
really,
we're not. I mean,
Is,
how old is a Lego movie? I mean,
Spoiler.
if we spoiler alert,
it
the
was
Lego
what,
movie.
2016?
If you don't want to learn about the Lego movie, at the end, his dad dies and the Lego dude, and it turns out that he's actually a Mega Block or Roblox or Cinder Block.
They cast the Legos into the fires of
Yeah.
Mount Denmark.
Yeah. That it's so there's obviously that part at towards the end of the movie where there's kind of what I guess would really be a third wall break because it'd be like reality as opposed to like
Yeah.
because
It has a very Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of vibe
yeah,
to it.
like it bounces into like this is really this imagination of this child,
Mm-hmm.
and he's playing with these toys, these toys, and his father, played by Will Ferrell, right?
And on one of Will Ferrell's best roles.
And his whole thing is like he was like this is important to him because, like a lot of older autistic white dads, he has a thing, and his thing is Legos and making a beautiful Lego town. And
Having something like miniatures and stuff gives you the sense of control over reality that you desperately want.
but now here comes the truth.
You can't.
He's not the bad guy. He's a fucking adult
Yeah.
who spent his money that he works hard for on a thing, and his kid just like, I mean, I wouldn't like yell at the kid, but like, it's not yours to fucking touch.
Aside from
But I'm
that
not angry
whole-
at it.
Aside from the like family narrative, I really like the aspect of the evil weapon, the big bad weapon
Oh, I love that.
being super glue.
Yeah, I love that.
It's the permanence of
And it's the reality.
it's the reality.
And it's tied to the groundedness. And then the mayor, and like, because it's like the evil mayor, right? And he keeps
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger
And-
and more evil and more scary. And the stakes seem really high. To me, I feel like the stakes.
well, for the characters they are.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that like because we talk about the Lego Batman movie. I like the subsequent Lego movies, all amazing. But there's something very grounded, like, and very emotional, and very complex about the first Lego movie. And that doesn't discount how good the other movies are, because they're fucking great.
They are really good movies.
But that movie is something I think that's really, really fucking special.
because the other movies are movies that take place in the Lego universe.
Yes, and they're
The Lego movie takes place in reality with a Lego universe.
yes. It's kind of a different. Honestly, after that, and I don't remember completely, so I don't know. But like, I like playing it like it's like fucking Toy Story, where it's like they're alive, but something about the first one, I think, and also the theme itself, the theme of like you really want to fit in and you work hard and you do the right things, like everything's awesome, everything's cool when you're part of a team, which by the way, can I say, has two meanings, because at the end, like, it becomes part of a team and it's like everything's awesome.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, he's not really part of the team. He feels like an outsider.
But everything will be awesome if you just
But everything
be a part of the team.
And that is actually, I believe, intentional. And I feel like it's pretty fucking deep.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the end is, I'm not gonna the ending needs to be harder. But obviously it's gonna be a soft theme. You know what I mean? But I feel like at the beginning, I feel like, that's like, it's so complex. It's so good.
It's got depth. It's
You
got
know?
soul.
And the Batman stuff, the Batman Lego movies also have some fucking, and
they really get into like Batman's inner psyche.
yeah, and I
They
think
Bojacked Batman.
I think they did like a really good job. It's really fun, and I think it's like, I don't know, I like it. Connect with it. It's real. It matters. But that fucking first Lego movie is like it's a different type of movie. It's a different type of comedy. You know what I mean? And
Like it's a kids movie, but it's a kids movie in the way like Toy Story 1 and 3 are like. Well, actually, the Toy Story series, it's like it has.
Not 4 though, but 4 is good. But okay,
all right.
Toy Story.
Wait, but that actually reminds me because Chris Pratt is the lead.
Yeah. Oh, I got opinions, so I love this
in the Lego movie. Did you know this? That Chris Pratt has at least 3 different Lego characters.
I kind of knew this.
He has 3 iterations of Lego where he himself has been been animated in Lego form.
And what are those forms?
Those forms are the initial Lego movie, as he is the voice of the lead character. Then you have the Guardians of the Galaxy, where he is Star-Lord.
Yeah,
he's the Lego version for all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Because he's always gonna always be Star-Lord.
He's at least the face. Well, he was the face of Star-Lord as the But then you also have the Jurassic World.
Oh yes,
Lego sets.
Because he plays his character from Jurassic World.
Exactly. So he has 3 and that doesn't even count like the different like the subsequent sequels to all the different movies. He's got a lot of Lego figures.
And it really blows my mind too, because I just occurred to me that like he was great in the Lego movie, and people like kind of hate him a little bit now, even though he doesn't really seem to have like done anything wrong. That I mean, just because you don't maybe like somebody's opinion that you don't know for a fact, but here's the thing: people are upset that he's the voice of Mario, but like he's also the voice of this movie. That's amazing, and also I really think that Mario is a story of Mario not being Mario, but it being somebody sucked into the Mario universe. Because
it's more of a Wreck-It Ralph kind of situation.
The beginning
than
of
anything.
the fucking trailer, he's like, "Oh," and then the Toad person goes, "Come, let's go, Mario," and he goes, "Oh, let's go," and I'm thinking, "Oh, obviously, he doesn't know his name is Mario. That's one part of the other thing. The other thing he's just coming into the world.
Of doing
and he's like,
oh, they're not making it an Italian accent.
No,
they're going, it's me.
It's like a dude.
It's a me.
Yeah. He's
Mario.
He's like, it's a me, Mario. It's a me.
It's like they write the dash in the.
Oh, just about fuck, man.
But wouldn't it be so cool to have a Lego figure of yourself? One of my favorite sets growing up. This was one of the ones that I was like,
I'm gonna put your dick in that set.
I want to put my dick in that set. I just thought it was the coolest shit. I was like, I'll be the coolest motherfucker if I have this set. It was the like Lego basketball one, and these particular Lego like the little Lego figures their legs were built to have springs in them, so you could kind of pull them back, and you'd have like a ball that was in like so they had like their peg arms, right? They're like this. And then the ball would sit in their arms, and they go wank and just yoink.
I love that.
They would yoink it straight across the fuck, and it would be like, honestly, the court was like, I don't know, maybe a 1.5 feet by 8 inches.
Pretty big to me.
But then they started coming out with like basketball card characters. So like the basketball players in the mid 2000s had fucking Lego characters.
I love that.
I had a fucking Kevin Garnett and like a Mike Bibby and a Chris Webber Lego figurine that I would play in my fucking little Lego thing. And then I'd be like, and he passes it to Jin, and then he passes it over here. And then like an Allen Iverson passes it.
What the fuck is happening?
And then, and then there was one where it was like the person at the key was on like this little arm thing that went out, and so from behind the hoop there was like a wheel you could turn, and it would just make them jump. It would hoist the arm up by like just a crank of this lever, and so like you could block a shot too. Technically goaltending, but you know, it's
I kind of remember. And then it would go up like this, like straight.
Yeah.
And then you could just like put the arms up, and it would just like go straight up, and then it would block it.
And then it would like the ball would roll to the next, because every place or every spot on the set where there was a person, there was a little divot. So like the ball would roll around. The only thing it needed was like just better walls around it,
because it always pops out.
It would pop out, or you just fucking yeet that ball across the room. Like,
that's part of the fun, though, right?
It is part of the fun,
you know.
And then I have little like
because it's like, it's your ball. Guess you gotta get it.
Go get it.
It's your ball.
Whoops.
Obviously, that's not how it would really happen in an NBA. Person who's upset about that, you would have to go and get the ball.
Nah, they got people for that. They got
Oompa Loompas. That's racist.
Wait, isn't that what the like sideline people for the Indiana Pacers are called?
I wouldn't call them that.
Oh, damn. Oh, no, that's just Hoosiers. Same thing, right?
No, not the same thing.
Is it not? Oh, you learn something new every day.
You're not hip on what's happening today. You're not hip what's happening in the world.
What is happening in the world?
Oompa Loompas are...
Tell me.
Pygmy people? In the first edition of the book, they were sub-Saharan people.
Oh,
and then people were
because Roald Dahl was like super racist.
I wonder if he would have liked Lego. So this is gonna sound, but I wonder.
No, Roald Dahl wouldn't have liked Lego because none of it was giant.
What evil, or malicious, or bad, or someone not that great historical figure would like or not like Lego?
Hitler would love Lego. Stalin would hate Lego.
Sure do like how you just... what I even said like kind of okay. You could have been like Jussie Smollett. He would just.
I don't know fucking know what he'd like. He's all over the board.
Yeah, I feel like Hitler would unironically like get a Star Destroyer. He like wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
he'd be like, "This is cool."
He'd be like, "Oh, Darth Vader, just like Papa."
They blew up Coruscant. I'm not gonna fucking.
Honestly, if Hitler would have seen the atomic bomb, I feel like he'd be like, "Whoa, that's a bit much, guys."
I mean, you know what's really funny? That is so true. If that shit would have happened, he'd be like, actually, I think
he's like, "Well, that's kind of fun."
The Jews are okay with me.
Like, shit.
Fuck.
No,
man.
he'd be like, "Wait, the Jews invented that? Are you serious? Why did we kill them all?" Yeah, I think Hitler would love Legos. There'd be very specific sets, but I think that Stalin would explicitly dislike Legos.
I mean, of course, it's American.
Well, not
just American. No, not. You're right. It's Danish. Oh, even worse.
Yeah. Well, I think Stalin would dislike Legos because, like the bricks are different sizes.
What about Mao?
Ooh, I think Mao would like the Legos, but he would want them all one unified color. He wouldn't care about like which Legos are on the bottom or which Legos are on top, like what size. He would like the fact that, you can build stuff with them. But he wouldn't want too much of that like eclectic variation to it.
No, like maybe some greens and but only a few blues. You got to let the blues, because the international community.
Yeah. Like, I think... Could you imagine if there was a Tintin Square Lego set?
I fucking... so funny. I bet you out there's some fucking asshole who made one. But wait. What's
worse? what would be a worse Lego set? A 10 tenement square Lego set with
I
like
like how you
the
say that.
how would you say it?
No, I'm not gonna now because now I'm gonna say it wrong.
I
Isn't it this tenement square?
I learned it from System of a Down, where it goes, "Why don't they ask for in 10 tenement square?" There's multiple T's in it.
What do you think the lyrics are?
Shut up. All right, what's
is in tenement square?
in tenement? I thought there were multiple T's.
It's in tenement square.
You know what? Maybe I just don't hear right.
I love that.
Maybe
I do that with songs all the time.
Maybe I'm just too percussive of an
First
audio
of all, I feel like
listener.
it's really like I would. Oh my fucking god! Because there are definitely some historical things that would be like not funny because it's not. They wouldn't be funny because they're funny. They'd be funny because like somebody made it, and you'd be like, oh, that is representing the slaughter of a bunch of indigenous people in form of Lego in somebody's house.
But like,
because that's what would happen though.
But like, remember, right?
So that would be real.
Like
that's actually what I thought. Because when you're like Tenement Square, I didn't even think of like some asshole like, haha. I thought of like some good like lib who's like, man, like if you go to their house,
like
and
never
you see,
forget.
Like, you see, I was gonna say, you see like smoking, like the footprints of the World Trade Center, like replicated in Lego with the smoke coming out, you know, and you're just like, are you
well, okay,
are you pro 9/11 or like?
You know what I'd actually picture for this set would be like the Tank Man picture, where it's just the dude standing in front of like the line of tanks.
Yeah,
that would be the set.
Of course.
Same way like an Auschwitz set would just be the gates with like a railroad kind of going through it.
I think you need a flashing sign over your head that says you're Jewish. Because I just.
But which would be worse? Which would be a worse set to have in your house?
I just.
Because
King.
You'll have the.
That'd be the worst.
But how do you get that in an entire set? See, I'm thinking Auschwitz, you just have the gates and it's like work will set you free. And then the Tenement Square, you'll have like the Tank Man picture.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like actually the Tenement Square one because people will see it and they'll be like, that was a political thing that happened. You shouldn't have a Lego set. But imagine a beautiful Lego set of some beautiful gates. And it just says work will set you free in English. So people will walk in. They'll be like, yo. You know what? Like, for real, I just started my side hustle. And, like, for real, though, work will set you free.
Here's the thing. I could totally see a Jewish family having a Lego set of Auschwitz strictly for, like, the Holocaust memorial aspect of it, where they're just like, you see that? Never again.
Is it offensive if I put a flashing, like, arrow or something that says you're Jewish over your head so that I don't get penalized?
If you think it's offensive, it's probably fine.
Oh boy. Oh. I was just thinking more of like
I think we Jews tend to fetishize our trauma.
And we Jews do. The true Jews.
See, now you just got yourself canceled.
Did you see that I sent you that fucking live TikTok? Of the fucking Hebrew Israelites fucking like doing a TikTok stream.
Oh, that's...
And they were reading the fucking comments and these motherfuckers could barely read. And I was just like...
Oh, no.
They're making the true tribe of Israel look not good. They're not doing it. Also, I don't think it... I mean, I'm not going to go there. I don't know. I think it's real interesting. I don't know. I mean, listen, since you're getting canceled, we're talking about fucking Hitler. I figured I might as well just throw my hat. I feel like the Hebrew Israelites, theirs would be like a black house. It's like the White House, but black. It'll just be the black house, and they don't have no policies. I remember when I was a kid. There's no joke. I remember people fucking being like not joking, like, oh, Obama's gonna be president. and they were like, "Oh, he's just gonna make us do black stuff."
What?
People thought Obama was gonna go into office and like declare a fried chicken day or some shit. Like,
But who would be mad about that?
yeah, my fucking
Because
god.
the people who think that would not be mad about having to get fried chicken. Think about it. Think about the people who would believe like, oh, they'd make a mandatory fried chicken day. Do
First
you
of
think they
all,
dislike fried chicken? They already have
the
like
Hebrew Israelites would not use Legos because Legos are the product of the true white man, Danish devil.
That's true. The Danes were slave traders.
We only use black Legos, Legos, or Negos. That's all we use. And each one of them is a representation of a time through history, but through the lens of the truth. The Emancipation Proclamation, but everybody's black.
What Lego set? What Lego set?
What Legos?
Because I'm not gonna do the other one.
Oh my fucking god!
I have one in mind, but
I
what do you think would be a Lego set?
what would be a Lego set? It'd
The
be like
The Underground Railroad, but like a railroad set.
oh, you're so fucking. That's pretty funny. That's no because racism in America is a product of white imperialism, right? So whiteness is just them trying to take my Jewishness from me. So slavery really was us enslaving ourselves.
Well, you already said everyone in the set's black, including the slave owners.
Oh, yo, I had a conversation in real life about that.
Wait, really?
Somebody literally came up
Not
to
in
me,
like
and
this
they,
real life,
like
right?
in this real life, they were just like, and they were like, but there were black slave owners too, and I was like, it was like, oh, you got me,
Oh.
you got me.
I guess that nullifies the whole emancipation.
Slavery didn't happen.
Wait, that was the argument that they were
No, I'm
making?
just saying. It
Like,
didn't happen then.
I'm just curious where, like, well, you know, there were black slave owners. Where do you go from
Because
that?
they're just like talking, and they're like, well, I mean, like slavery was bad, but there were also black slave owners. We never talk about that. We were literally talking about something random, and they were like, you know, but there's things we don't talk about, like how they're black slave owners.
What, you think black people shouldn't have been allowed to own slaves?
Fuck. That's so fucking good. I'm gonna go back to owning slaves.
Go for it.
You know what? I'll be honest. I feel like Legos. This is not a fucking joke. I feel like you kind of get to scratch that itch a little bit. You know, you get the little figurines, and you get to Princess Leia. Oh, I guess you and Luke aren't brother and sister. Oh Luke, oh Leia. You know. Because, you know, somebody was real upset. You know, somebody was real mad. They were like, oh, Leia would never like Han.
Well, yeah, they're called incels.
Also, Leia, how come in the new movies she has the Force? Women can't have the Force. Ahsoka's not a human woman. Those Lego Star Wars sets are fucking banging though.
Lego Star Wars.
Like Lego Star Wars are fucking banging.
You know which other set I had growing up?
What?
Eastern Air Temple from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That one was pretty fucking dope.
How did it float?
You just kind of you go under and you go.
But isn't it tippy? Or did it have like a base?
No, it was the Eastern, or no, not the one that was upside down, and not the.
It's the one that's inside the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one where
Yeah.
Zuko comes and finds them.
No, that's the one that's upside down. It's not that one.
Oh,
It's
so it's the other. Oh, because that's the one. There's the sky one. There's the
s-
ground one, and then
There's the side one.
there's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the one where they found Master Roshi, and they found him, and he was like, "Oh no, the Sharingan got me."
Oh man.
And then
Oh.
he was like, "Avenge me, Luffy." And
And
then
then Ichigo came and said Gokushio Tensho. And then Inuyasha joined with Shishomaru. Wind Scar. And as the Wind Scars reached with that, then Goku and Gohan did the transmission Kamehameha at the same time as Vegeta did Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack
yeah.
with
then
Final Flash.
but then Seymour showed up because he was waiting for Fry, and he was
And
was
then
able
and
to
then
deflect
Seymour
the whole-
showed up, lost his tail again. Oh, Seymour and Seymour would be friends.
Seymour and Seymour would be friends. I don't know which other Seymour you're talking
I
about.
feel like
but
towards the end I could do this because you can't do this in the beginning
no,
because
otherwise
it'll
you
get taken down.
But
And
at
by
the end-
this, I mean enjoying this amazing episode. I'm having too much fun. I'm sorry.
I think
It's Legos.
another really cool Lego set that I had. It wasn't a set actually. It was just a series of magnets, but they actually attached to Legos. And they were like little SpongeBob
Oh shit!
magnets that you could just put on the fridge or whatever. But then, like if you wanted to play around with Legos, it was pretty easy to intersperse them. Couple other Lego sets that I think are neat. A friend of mine recently got a pen.
A what?
A pen, like a Lego, like a pen, but it's like a case where like if
As
you
ink?
like, it's like a case that you put a pen in,
Oh, it's a pen.
like
It's a pen case.
it's a pen case that you can build Legos off of, and the pen itself
I
has
like
like
that.
a stud. And I really love the creative avenues that Legos allow, and I think part of maturing is realizing, one, to be able to let go of your creations when it's time, and also part of growing up is to still retain that creativity to want to play Legos.
Legos are really the best toy.
They really
They're
are.
really ingenuitive. They're fun because you can get a set and you can build a thing that looks good. But then when you're done, you could take it apart and try again. You can
Well,
build it again upside down, different colors.
That brings me back to the story earlier where I was like, my mom wanted to get me a toy that didn't have a gun. And so she got me Legos. And the first thing I made with Legos was a gun.
If you could have made a penis, you would have. But it's a little hard.
It's I only had one brick. I think Legos are just super neat, and I think they kind of deserve Hall of Fame recognition.
There. Here we go. We're launching officially the Hall of Awesome.
Everything.
We have two things.
We got two things in our Hall of Awesome.
Yes. We have Oreos
Oreos are awesome,
and we have Legos.
and Legos.
We haven't added anything else yet.
It's to be built upon, to be predicated upon. Maybe we should that wall behind you. Actually, we should put a little like shelf up and just have like knickknacks of our awesome like the things that we have decided are awesome.
It'd be nice if I could somehow hang something from this fucking curtain.
Mm.
I was thinking about like some kind of Lego picture or something, but I had to stick it to it.
And just kind of
And then we get to have the experience of it falling one day.
and then go. Ah!
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, I'm upset. We're upset. We're grumpy now. The
Wow.
episode's not as good because it got interrupted in the middle by something falling.
I'm really excited to see where the future of Legos goes, and I hope that one day,
What do you think the future of Legos is? So I know we have to wrap it up.
yeah,
What do you think the future of Legos is?
customizable Lego figures, and to the point where you can like take a picture or like a series of pictures of your house or something, submit it to an app or a creation thing, and it will generate a 3D model, Lego model.
Lego has that. If I'm correct,
Don't fuck with me.
I believe that the
Don't
master.
what?
Because I was watching a video about like the Lego master builders, and there was a guy who was talking about. Obviously, it's not like magic, but they do have a system where they can input an object or a picture or a thing
Right.
and get like kind of like a rough block estimation, like probably even like a rough build, I believe.
Well, that's what I want our technology to develop enough to where that is easily
But I think we
accessible.
could. I think honestly, I'm not even fucking joking around. Like I think with a lot of the tools we have, that shit is possible. Not by me.
But
I'm not doing it.
it's
Maybe you will. Just like the way that you were gonna like this episode.
Thanks for listening to our Lego oriented Was That in Good Taste? Legos officially in good taste.
Everybody's so creative.
Oh, no, it's so low though.
Everybody's so creative.
Everybody's so creative.
Legos.
Legos.
Let your heart run wild. And don't let it get blocked.
So we have to do social things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find you? Socially.
Find me at Chandler's Does. Sorry, Chandler.
Let's try it again. Okay, everybody back to. All right, so Chandler, where can we find you?
You can find me at Instagram at Chandler Does Jokes or on my website, just bumblebearcomedy.com.
bumblebearcomedy.com.
Also, I've been doing sets in and around town.
That's New York City.
At the Branded Saloon on Tuesdays and Sundays. At Easy Lover. Couple other nights of the week, and that's in Williamsburg.
It should be on the. It's most likely going to be on your Instagram at Chandler Does Jokes or on bumblebearcomedy.com or even on Twitter.
Exactly.
At Jokes for Trees.
Jokes for Trees. I need to do some more.
I love that.
Jokes for Trees. I need to remember to keep the trees laughing.
And of course, for me, you can always find me on Twitter at. Oh shit! What is my fucking thing on Twitter?
What Funny Friend?
What Funny Friend? Wow, look at me. Oh, I see. You helped me that time. Or on TikTok at living_dad_joke. It's living dad joke with underscores. All right.
Living Dad Joke.
Or of course, you can always follow us everywhere you can find things: Audible, Spotify, Stitcher. You could always go to facebook.com/Was That in Good Taste to catch up with us. YouTube.com/Was That in Good Taste. You know how it goes. Or even Was That in Good Taste @gmail.com.
Oh yeah,
we are absolutely everywhere. We're easy to reach. We are little slutty podcasters. We're just so slutty. Just please tell us. Give us love.
We'll respond so quickly, and it will make us seem so thirsty, but it's okay. Also, if you got any fun cocktail ideas, we're trying to compile some really fun cocktails to
shoot them our way.
Yeah.
I mean, brick them our way.
Yeah. Just build it. If you build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. That Was That in Good Taste?
Drinking ain't always recommended.
But
required.
But it is recommended.